Binnen 30 seconden nadat je...
Within 30 seconds of meeting the urologist, he tells you, you've got prostate cancer.
In 30 seconden tijd trekt dan de Heer...
In the space of 30 seconds, your whole world flashes through your mind, and the ground falls out from under your feet. And in less than a minute, you're thinking, what's going to happen to my family when I'm no longer around?
Ja, dan...
Then something breaks loose and you get emotional. And even when you think about it later, you still get emotional because it comes as such a shock when you hear it for the first time.
Per jaar krijgen ongeveer...
Every year, some 12,000 people get prostate cancer, and is most common from the age of 55 and above. We provide information. We have a support group for patients. We act as representatives for patients, and we collaborate in scientific research.
Er is grote behoefte aan informatie.
There's a huge need for information, which is why I became a volunteer for the Patient Association for Prostate Cancer, so I could do something to help other people, provide information, and help them in their choices. Our achievements include the concentrating of the care, creation of expertise centres, and discussions with the healthcare providers to represent the interests of the patients.
Nadat ik het prostaatkankerlogboek...
Reading the documentation on prostate cancer gave me a good idea of what exactly prostate cancer was. And what was even more important, what we could do about it. At the Patient Association for Prostate Cancer, we try to inform patients in such a way that they are able to talk to their specialist on an equal level.
Op het moment dat een uroloog...
The moment the urologist can specify a number of treatment methods, you'll be able to understand what the urologist is talking about. And you can take an informed decision together about which treatment method is the best for you.
The whole period, from the time he heard he had prostate cancer up until the operation, was like being in an express train.
The only reasonable option at that moment was to remove the prostate entirely. The treatment for prostate cancer is unique for each patient, depending on the person who has prostate cancer or even the couple. And then there's the PSA value, the type of tumour, the stage of the cancer, and whether or not the cancer has metastasized. And once the prostate cancer has been diagnosed, a treatment plan is decided on, in conjunction with the patient.
Bij hormoonbehandeling die ik heb gehad...
In the case of the hormone treatment I had, my testosterone production was temporarily reduced to zero. So your masculinity is really non-existent. All the treatments in that area can lead to complications. For example, erectile dysfunction, a different orgasm experience, possible urine leakages, or intestinal damage or complaints.
Niets is zo vervelend.
There's nothing more annoying than being somewhere and not being able to stop yourself from urinating. It has consequences for your sex life.
Na de operatie dan heb je weer zoiets van...
After the operation, you think, hey, I've got my partner back, and you try to see him as the partner you knew before, but it doesn't really work because of the restrictions.
As a urologist, I focus more on the complications arising from the treatment of prostate cancer. And I have found the Patient Association for Prostate Cancer to be an equal partner that has broken the taboo on sexual rehabilitation, both in the circle of fellow sufferers and in their surroundings. We are not medical specialists, and we don't want to assume their role, but our work is based on the perspective of the patient. What does the patient need? What's important for a patient? What are the key questions? And of course, what are the important answers they're looking for? A lot has changed in the processes concerning the recognition and identification of prostate cancer. And in recent years, we've also seen developments in the treatment of the cancer, including for patients with metastasis, where extra treatments are now available. For example, targeted therapies, such as radiation therapy, for the area affected. But today, there are also more options for treatment in the field of medicines, through tablets and chemotherapy, and therefore a greater chance of extending life. If you're open about it, you make it easier for yourself and for the people around you.
Don't stop talking to each other. Don't stop hugging each other. Do fun things together.
Het leven is een strootje trekken.
Life is like picking a straw. Either you get lucky or you don't. But that doesn't necessarily mean your life has come to an end when you have prostate cancer. because that's absolutely not the case.